Welcome back to the Geelong Cricket Show on this bright and happy Saturday morning. Hope you're fit and well, enjoying those rice bubbles. Good on you. Our special guest this morning is very special, and I say that very earnestly. At the start of this season, there was every prospect that our guest, Alf Clarke, was going to surpass the great record set by Jack Singh of 10,521 runs. He promised me that the week that he did it, he would appear as our special guest, and he's definitely a man of his word. Congratulations, Alf. 10,560. Just how did you, when you passed the record of 10,000, were you conscious of the fact that you needed 5 to go?
I was, Graham. After the last couple of weeks, there's been a bit of fanfare about it around the club with Roger and Lee Mellington, and I was very happy to get there on Saturday, and I was glad we batted so I could actually get out there and make some runs.
Surely because of that, sorry Graham, Alf, there must have been a little bit of relief when you passed the record. Then I imagine as much as there was excitement and would have been fantastic for the boys to sit there and celebrate and jump about, from your own perspective, there had to be some relief to finally have got there and obviously take the honour of being the GCA's all-time leading run scorer. Well,
Tim, I never actually ever thought about making 10,000 runs when I first went to North Geelong, and all of a sudden the runs started to accumulate over the years, and a lot of other people at North Geelong certainly were more concerned about it than I was. But however, having said that, I'm very glad to have achieved so many runs. And
just for our viewers, the ball that you made the winning, or those you passed the record on, can you recall that one?
Pt2 was bowling at the time, and I hit one into the covers, and I think there may have been a misfield, and I said that was close enough for me. I'll get to the other end, and the rest was history, Graham.
So the very fit legs of a very young 40-year-old were able to still get up and down the crease for 3 runs.
43 now, Graham. I had a birthday last week,
well.
I'm still going pretty well.
Have you spoken to the man, Alf, whose record you did pass in Jack Singh, obviously a legend of the GCA?
I did speak to Jack. Jack was there on Saturday to witness, and I spoke to him before I went out to bat, and we were just talking cricket stories, and he's a lovely gentleman, and he was so happy that I was so close to his record. I think he's very happy to hand it over.
Now viewers, when you go to a little place called Little River on the outskirts of Geelong, on your way through to Melbourne, you walk into the Little River club rooms, magnificent facilities out there, and just above the doorway is about an A5 photo frame of a young man, and it's Alan Clarke, and it's Alan Alf Clarke as we now know him as. You started at Little River. When did you make the move into North Geelong?
I went to North Geelong as an 18-year-old, and I've been there ever since, Graham.
But those early days at Little River still live with you?
Absolutely. That's where it all started. As probably a 12-year-old playing in the under-16 cricket, and I was playing juniors in the morning, seniors in the afternoon, and it was time to move on and play some better cricket. That was basically why I went to North Geelong.
Having accumulated obviously so many runs over all years with North Geelong, Alf, I imagine a few other clubs would have at least inquired at some stage about your services. Are you proud to have stayed loyal to North Geelong as long as you have?
Tim, I used to get a phone call every year from most clubs wanting a coach or a player or something like that, and I figured I was always happy at North Geelong. I was playing cricket with my friends, and there was no reason for me to leave, and I've been there ever since. I've enjoyed every moment of it. I've met some fantastic people at North Geelong as in the GCA, but I've never had any reason to leave North Geelong.
And that's really been one of the strong features from my independent observations of the North Geelong Cricket Club. Roger Allen has been a lifelong friend of mine, and I go back to Country Week days when Shane McGrath was always a scorer away at Country Week. But it's my next door neighbour was Laurie Winch, who also played great games with North Geelong. Ross Elmer, Fathead as he's amicably known. I mean, they're great people, and obviously that's formed a strong bond for you. I mentioned Ross Elmer. There's one thing that Ross Elmer's got over you, hasn't he, Alf?
I don't know, Graham. I don't think Fatty's got too much over me.
He's won the bowling average 3 times, so he could claim to be a better bowler than what you are.
Yes, I think he is a better bowler, but and he's done pretty well with the the ball over the years.
Over the years, some of the great names, some of the great games that you played for, who were some of your mentors throughout your junior years that have led you to where you are now?
Ray Gillett was my first coach out at Little River and in under 16 cricket, and Ray was actually a bowler, so he didn't actually teach me a lot about batting, and a lot of it was just myself, my friend Andy Richmond. We'd go into the nets and day and night, and a lot of it was self-taught to a degree.
Graham mentioned mentoring. Alf, are you playing any role out there at North Geelong now? We know it's a fairly youthful looking side that you've got in the first, and a few really good juniors pushing through as well. What sort of a role are you playing with them?
Tim, I am the oldest player in the side, so I do mentor the younger kids coming through, Mitchell, Troy, Sean Kingwell, and it's really good to be putting something back to the game that it's given me so much, and I just love putting in at the club and helping out in any way I can.
So have you gotten to the stage now, Alf, where I guess the record's gone? Is there still something driving Alf Clark? Is it that GCA premiership that you're striving for now with North Geelong? And have you started to think beyond this year yet?
I haven't really, Tim. I've sort of played most years as they come, and if my performance has warranted it, I said to the club I'd play seconds, thirds, fourths, whatever you want to pick me in, but my performances so far have been so reasonable that they haven't had to do that, and I'll continue to play for as long as I get the enjoyment out of it.
And you've played in 4 premierships with the Magpies out there at Osborne Park. How do you rate yourselves this year?
We've been a little bit inconsistent with the batting. However, the bowling's been very good. Now, if we can actually get the whole side, our best side out on the park, we could give it a shake. But then there's 5 or 6 other clubs that can do exactly the same, Graham.
It's been very even competition this year, Al.
It's been a fantastic competition this year. And if you're not on your medal on any given day, you will get shot down.
Let's talk about your game, Alf, today, resuming against East Belmont. They're none for 11 overnight. What chance do you give yourselves? It's probably going to take some early wickets to get into that Lions order to really make sure that you are a chance.
Look, Tim, East Belmont bowled extremely well last week. We have got the firepower. We would need to bowl exceptionally well and hold all our catches to defend 166.
And what would it mean then for those younger guys that we already spoke about to have that experience of stepping up in finals? You're sitting 6th at the moment, South Barwon hovering in 7th position. They got 300 on the board against Bellpost Hill, and obviously that game resumes as well today. But I imagine it would mean a lot even to get one final experience into some of those young guys who you mentioned. Well,
you're right. Our destiny is in our own hands, and if we can step up to the plate and attempt to win some of the close ones, we've lost too many close games this year. So sooner or later, we will step up and hopefully take that next step to play finals.
As they call him out at North Geelong, the great man, as we go to a break here on the Geelong Cricket Show, and we'll be back with more after this.